What the fuck is up, my friends? My name is Stormie Calder. If you're new to the channel, welcome to I Am Woke. I talk about all things personal and spiritual development. If that's your vibe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications, and don't forget to leave a comment for me below, because I actually do love meeting you guys and hearing from you guys. I want to talk a little bit today about branding and about my brand and about the expectations that I set for how you can think about me, interact with me, what I want you to think about me. Here's the truth. I have been struggling for many, many years on branding because I tend to straddle two different realities. I've got a very practical, very down-to-earth, very bulldozing sort of personality. I tend to be very crass, very real. The people that are the closest to me, that I feel the safest with, think I am effing hilarious because I do not hold back anything and I say things that most people don't say. I've come from quite a life of hard knocks. I don't sugarcoat anything. I say it how it is if I think the people around me can handle it. And I feel like I'm constantly navigating a crazy human world that is like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck did I sign up for in this human life? And that's not me like bypassing anything. It's me literally saying humanity is a shit show. I will not sugarcoat it, but here's the truth. I've been straddling that reality, which is my waking day-to-day reality, and the reality of the extraordinary amount of spirituality that I carry. I am a divine channel. I am a channel of God, a channel of source, a channel of whatever you think is the invisible world. I am a psychic medium and a shaman. Now, here's my struggle, okay? Also, no makeup today. I didn't have time for makeup. I didn't want the makeup. I just went for a run. All right, so I do have a tremendous mastery over source intelligence, over all the things that go unsaid and in between, over all the spiritual development. I know how to work through just about everything and anything. If I don't know, I find out when I'm in the middle of it, to get into balance, to understand the spiritual experience, and then to bring it into a contextualized understanding of what that means for human. What does it mean for human talk? What it often means is you're in the human experience. You're meant to be human, and you're meant to not bypass it spiritually and float off into some cloud somewhere, make everything just love and light. I'm constantly straddling these two worlds, the human world and the spiritual world. I constantly am totally embracing both. As human and as crass and as wild as I am very spiritual. I am very detached. I am very understanding. I'm very, very, very compassionate. I'm very much in the place of, this is a benevolent universe. We are all one. We do select this experience. There's a silver lining to absolutely everything, and I can find it usually within just about every moment. But none of that takes away from the humanity. It doesn't take away from the pain. Something I said to a group recently is, it doesn't actually get easier, ever. You just get better at handling it. You get better at understanding the difference between the 5D and the 3D world. You get better at walking in between them and harmonizing yourself into balance in the midst of the chaos. The chaos is never going to go away. The storm is constant. There is no world without chaos. It doesn't exist, not here anyway. So you have to get really good at being able to encounter points of deep relaxation in yourself while you're in the middle of a tension experience, while you're in the middle of difficulty, while you're in the middle of dealing with very real human trauma. Coming back to yourself, back to center, then moving back to tension, back to stress, coming back to center. And we get better and better and better at it and more rapid at it. And it becomes really innate and quick where it can be handled in a moment instead of days, weeks, or years. So back to the agenda to this video, okay? We are constantly straddling these two worlds. I, as a personal spiritual mentor and consciousness expert, am expertly straddling these two worlds. But here's where the struggle comes in. And I want to be very, very real with you guys because that's who I am. It's actually easier for me to navigate this experience being transparent than it is trying to hide this shit behind closed doors, because you're going to feel it from me anyway. So here's the truth. I am a consciousness expert. I am a light worker, a person that understands both the human and the spiritual soul-based experience and how to integrate and navigate them. But in no way does that mean that I want to float off in some little cloud where I look perfect to other people, where they can judge me whenever I swear or be human or show myself as being a human that has a lot of trauma in her upbringing and like her life and is grieving constantly. You guys will find I'm constantly straddling difficult and positive emotions at the same time, and I'm very good at it. For someone like me, the existence of pain is not at the elimination of joy. I'm constantly navigating both worlds. I'm constantly navigating what it is to be in a deep grieving process of actually just being human, because I've had a crazy life. And to also be so fucking grateful to be here. Like, I am simultaneously so present and so mindful and so self-aware and so joyful to just breathe and like be with this cactus right here in this moment. And that's my truth, and that's my reality. I'm opening up this internal dialogue that I've been having. I'm very hesitant to jump 1,000 feet in being seen as primarily a consciousness expert and spiritual worker and spiritual healer and mentor, because it often comes with a series of social agreements that I don't agree to. I think my preference, the way I'm shifting my brand and embracing these aspects of myself to be seen in a way that feels more appropriate and more authentic to me, is that I'd like you guys to see me like more of a comedian that's very, very well versed in spirituality. What I love about public figures, about comedians specifically and their brands, is that they are not PC. People don't expect them to be PC. They speak the truth frequently and authentically, and they understand storytelling. So what I love about comedy is that certain aspects of things are over dramatized on purpose in order to make an impact or get a reaction or teach, so that an audience can learn and understand the hilarity of something in a way where they are being met right where they are, which is their emotional insecurity, instability, the little shit talker part of yourself, the part of you that wants to laugh, have a good time, make fun of something, and like vibe. A lot of people think that that is not that spiritual. And I don't know anything more spiritual than me going to a comedy club and either listening to comedy or speaking, jumping on stage, or hanging out with some comedians or just people that like have lots of life experience and are just trying to find a effing way through it. And the way that we find our way through is by laughing. If you're not gonna laugh your way through life, you're gonna end up crying your way through life. And I don't mind crying, but I prefer laughing. So a lot of the shit that's happened to me, I make fun of. I do think it's hilarious. And I want that to be okay. And the only way it's gonna be okay is if I'm open and transparent with you guys, and open and transparent publicly, so that I don't feel like I'm constantly like, do I have to choose spirit or do I have to choose comedy? Do I have to, like, which way? Well, oh, spirit said I have to be spirit, so I'm gonna be with spirit, but that means I can't be human. So it's been a process. Also, here's the thing about more comedic brands is I feel like when I embrace that, I can show up on camera without makeup. I feel like when I'm on the spiritual side, I have to be perfect. I don't know why. I think it's a collective expectation, and I don't want to have to be perfect anymore. I just want to be me, and sometimes I'm going to be perfect, and sometimes I'm going to be this, which is also perfect, but it may not be perfect in what people assume to be a specific sort of brand. I have more than a decade of experience in branding, personal branding, and actually working with big Fortune 100 brands. I understand the importance of branding. One of the biggest aspects of branding is understanding what the audience thinks and feels about you, and then being able to align their expectations with who you actually are, so that there's less friction in between you and the delivery of your authentic value through content. Mic drop. You're welcome. For those of you exploring personal brands, the more transparent you can be with your audience, the better, because you're setting the expectations for how they think about you. And if you don't set those expectations, then what they think about you are collective values of what they think they should think about a person like you, doing the things that you do or don't do. So consider this my proactive publicity statement. Here's what I love about comedy and about comedians. They say the shit that nobody else can say. They speak the truth, and they do it in a way where people receive it. And I feel like I've been in a rock and a hard place with you guys with speaking publicly online, because I'm reaching from my personal experiences, and it's almost like I'm afraid to dig into my bag of comedy tricks where I know how to be over dramatic, where I know how to create stories. It's common for comedians to make shit up to send a message to an audience, because A, it's funny, and B, it tells the truth of whatever we're going through as a collective. And there are so many things I want to say and things I want to highlight and take on as if they are my own, almost like an actor as an entertainer. And I keep feeling like I'm just getting pulled back into rehearsing, you know, just basic stuff, basic stories. I want to be more dramatic. And I know the more dramatic I get, that challenges a spiritual brand, because here's the truth about what the mass collective thinks about spiritual leaders and diviners and practitioners and priestesses and shamans. They think we have to be perfect. They think if we are not perfect on the moment-to-moment basis, that we are no longer spiritual. Now, what does perfection look like? It looks like being totally, completely fucking devoid of human emotion, other than rehearsing fabricated, happy experiences. High vibe. We're all high vibe here. It's like, no, sweetheart. You are just bypassing all the trauma that you've been going through. And the second we see you and your partnership or whatever the fuck it is, whatever environment you have entered into, when you go home behind closed doors, you're a nightmare. And I know, because I've worked with them. I've seen them. I am not one of them, because I show my freak flag openly. I think as a side note, what I'm trying to say to you guys is that I want to be more racy. I want to talk a lot about sexuality, and I want to talk a lot about crazy shit that humans do, how they drive, how they think, how they communicate, and what is nutty about this entire world, all coming back to like, really, we all just want to procreate. And I'll be so fucking honest with you, as a comedian, that is gold material. It's easy material. It's what all comedians are talking about. As a spiritual person, y'all think I'm nuts. Y'all think I'm pent up. You all think I'm crass. Maybe you don't, but I know I can read the psychics of the collective, so I know what's going on. Some people think I'm incapable of leadership because I actually have human emotions and can talk to the human experience. I want to speak more openly, and I noticed I've been holding myself back because I know if I do, I'm gonna get some level of either psychic, energetic, or emotional, mental, and actual like physical backlash from people. So what I'm doing right now is preparing myself to step out a little bit more confidently, be a little bit more entertaining, and I need you guys to be able to have the flexibility psychologically to follow me and hold both spaces. I am going to be calm, cool, collected, and zen AF. That is who I am. I am just as much a zany entertainer, and I need you to hold space for both parts of me, because I'm gonna come out anyway. And I guess I don't need you to hold space. It would just be better for all of us if you do, because I'm just being transparent. I'm just coming right out and telling you what I'm gonna be talking about, what I'm gonna be doing, where I'm gonna be going. I believe in being raw, I believe in being real, and I believe in being authentic. I also believe in being high vibey, in being spiritual. I put it in air quotes because spiritual means something different for just about everyone. I also believe in taking the higher road, the highest timelines. I also believe in personal integrity. I also believe in keeping your shit together for, the right times, for actually being able to communicate in a really, really healthy way. And I believe in having human emotions and being a little mess. Now, don't go spreading that mess on other people, but you being a mess by yourself, like, welcome to being human. My guides told me yesterday when I woke up, I felt like a mess. I was cranky about it, and they said, leave room for being human. Like, you are human. You need to let the human breathe as a human, which is to be crazy. Enjoy the chaos. Enjoy this beautiful experience we have, this once in a lifetime, literally, opportunity to be human, to enjoy your life, to experience your life, to enjoy the joy and to enjoy the chaos. And when it is chaotic, to find your way through, to be able to navigate that chaos and that uncertainty and that unknown while being stable and unwavering emotionally in yourself, knowing that your higher power, your higher self, your spirit has got you, knowing that you are safe, knowing that you will find your way through, and knowing that you can trust yourself. So we're gonna do that with a lot more fun. I would like you guys to think about me as a spiritual brand that is a little more racy, like a comedian. I want to make you laugh. I want to tell jokes. I want to call out truths in a way that is both beautiful, raw, honest, and that might have a lot of dark humor. So with all of this, I am launching a 30-day meditation experience. It is called The Joy Ride. It's 30 days of meditations where I am going to be delivering you a meditative experience to bring you into a state of joy every morning, every day for 30 days, because it takes 30 days to lock in a new habit. And the human experience is raw. It's real. It's not always easy, especially through the holidays, especially through the time that we're going through right now in humanity. I want to help you get that little bit of an edge. I want to deliver some insight, some inspiration, something that might make you laugh, something just to lift your spirit, and something that's more meditative, self-reflective, and brings you into a vibrational state of alignment and harmony, of joy and of relaxation, to prime the pump before you go about your day, before you jump into all your your problems, before you jump into just about anything, that you gave yourself a moment to sit and have some fun, okay? Meditations are usually a little bit more serious, and normally I would do my meditations in a way that would bring you through a more practically toned experience, but I want something to be a little more flippant. I want something that's a little more playful. I want something where you guys can take a joke, and I think you should take a joke, because again, if you take this world too seriously, you're going to cry your way through this human experience instead of laughing your way through. It really is a matter of framing. It's a matter of perspective. It's not bypassing anything you've been through. And it's not spiritually bypassing, saying, oh my God, everything's so good. Nothing is wrong. Everything's just love and light. I just have to vibrate higher. Oh my God, shoot me, please. Vibrating higher has everything to do with self-acceptance of where you're at, and just like being okay with everything being okay. Be okay with whatever is presenting itself to you. You're in the middle of a shit show, a chaos storm, okay. You know, we all go through them, some more frequently than others. You're gonna make it through. It's gonna be okay. And I want you to feel that momentary bliss, that momentary relaxation in your day, so you can remember what it is to come back into relaxation before you go into your daily chaos. And you can revisit that relaxation either with my meditations or otherwise through the day to constantly bring yourself back onto the cycle of personal balance. And that's my point, is to remind you of your own personal balance. So I've got a special deal, a special everything. I will link the album down below. If that sounds like fun and like a vibe to you, go ahead and scoop that up. 30 meditations between 5 and 15 minutes long. I want them to be short, so you don't think of meditation like a chore, but it's something that allows you to prime and start your day from the place of joy, from the place of positive expectation, because your mentality is what creates your thoughts and your reality. And your mentality is your frame of reference. How do you see things? And how do you navigate your day in the ups and downs to find yourself back into a place of balance? And that's the point of this album, the point of this work, the point of my brand. So if you're still here, thank you. I adore you. Leave me a comment below if any of this resonated with you. I look forward to growing my personal brand with you, getting you guys more content, and me personally just feeling more relaxed about how I show up and how I deliver content authentically. So again, lots of love. I will see you guys soon. Thank you for joining me on this little joy ride that is humanity and YouTube and everything. And we'll see you on the flip side. See you later. Peace.